Class changes prediction for season 2. Hey guys, Petko here. As you guys have seen, we are entering a state where we are expecting class changes every single week until the release of season 2, and with that I made a Bingo Tuesday, which pretty much tells you of what I expect the class changes to be and seeing how accurate I will be. That's gonna be a fun game. I will mark it with green if I guess it correctly, or red if I don't guess it correctly at the end of each class changes video. We expect that to hit in the next, I think, 5 to 7 hours, give or take. As you can see, the PTR realm is currently down, hoping to be up in the next few hours. I will discuss exactly why do I think those things will be changed, but here it is. Let's begin with the top one. Outlaw buff. I think Outlaw right now plays really well. For the most part, I really enjoy the gameplay on Trickster. The problem is the numbers are not quite there, so I would assume they will adjust the buffs, especially on single target. They're gonna adjust Outlaw for sure. I'm 100% sure. Devourer, that's gonna be an easy fix. The current base builds are playing Void Scar, which pretty much means you don't press Collapsing Star. On top of that, your tier set doesn't interact with Eradicate and only Reap. So all of this is actually a guaranteed change. I am betting my left nut, like, you know, my scrotum left nut, that they will be changing Devourer. Like, whether they buff the Apex Talons, whether they change the tier set, they'll get something. If not this week, next week. I'm so confident. I'm so confident. Okay. Restoration Druid buffs, I expect that to get some HPS and DPS changes done to the spec. Currently slightly underperforming. So Shadow Priest 4 set, if you guys didn't know, unfortunately every time you cast Tentacle Slam, your next Vampiric Touch gets to be instant and also summons operations that do more damage. I think they're gonna make it that Vampiric Touch can work as well as Mind Blast. If they put Mind Blast into your rotation, that might smoothen out the AoE sequence, I feel like. So maybe that. Maybe Mind Blast. Hope so. Monk defensives, maybe they're not gonna get buffed this week, but they're gonna for sure get some change before the season. Right now, you are a paper. You absolute paper. I don't like that. Survival Hunter, I've put it there because I believe they might change the amount of builds you are able to play, because right now you're pretty much forced to play one build. Like, there's no variety. You're forced to only Raptor Strike, and cast Boomstick and Bomb. And Flame Fang Pitch, which is a new talent introduced in Midnight, hasn't seen any play for the past 8 months, ever since Alpha and Beta. So, yeah, make it make sense. I hope to see some changes into that so we can use those builds. Affliction Walk tier set nerfs, that's a no-brainer. The 4-piece way too overpowered for single target. They're gonna nerf the 4-piece, might do a redistribution of power, maybe like buff the unstable affliction baseline damage while nerfing the 4-piece, just so you can be casting unstable affliction ST instead of Seed of Corruption. So yeah, good to see. Hope to see 4-piece nerfs. Unholy Frost DK durability nerfs, that's gonna be a long shot, likely not gonna happen this week, but eventually at the end of the expansion, end of the season, end of the tuning, they are likely gonna nerf the durability of both specs. Because if you guys haven't seen, currently Unholy and Frost are considered very strong pickups, one of the best so far into the PTR. And if they are going to be meta this season, it's gonna be the 5th consecutive time they'll be meta. Crazy. So maybe that's gonna change that. Holy Priest changes, I think they currently underperform compared to other healers, so likely to happen. Disc Priest redistribution of power, I think that's gonna be a no-brainer as well. Most of your powers are within the shielding and void shields. That might get swapped back to Atonement, so that's why I'm saying not a nerf or a buff, but rather, you know, slightly different pace. I think Holy Paladin is also quite weak right now. I think it needs also changes on top of having more quality of life adjustments. So I would say Holy Paladin probably or might get some changes, hopefully. Not 100% guaranteed though. Beastmaster Hunter tier set, the 4-piece might catch some nerfs or at least some changes. I suspect here the current single target performance is the best in the game in rate by far. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they adjust the ST a bit on nerf Cobra Shot. Havoc tier set changes. I haven't seen a singular Havoc player that actually enjoys the tier set. Forcing into Essence Break fucking sucks. I don't know what they have to do to make it better. Maybe CDR some shit. I don't know. Maybe complete rework. There's still time to do it. So yeah. Fury Warrior plays really well as Slayer. I enjoyed the rotational loop. I think the single target did pretty well from the testing. Unfortunately, the overall AoE performance, especially in mass AoE, is pretty bad. So maybe buff some of the talents to give you more AoE. Maybe like a Rampage Ruin more damage. Or maybe, I don't know, somehow make you do more damage on the 8+ targets? Question mark. I don't know how, but they gotta do it. Guardian Druid right now is pretty weak. I think defensively and damage-wise, not doing great. One of the weakest tanks so far, so likely to get some changes. Speaking about tanks, Prot Paladin damage is absolutely crazy overpowered. Likely to catch some nerfs. I think they're currently the highest damage tank by far. Nobody comes close to it. Even on single target, they do insane damage, so Prot Paladin nerfs are to come. I am 100% sure. This is gonna be a little bit of a curveball. Hunter's AoE, Hunter's Mark, so kind of like a Warlock AoE curse. So something similar might happen. Let's say you cast Hunter's Mark and every mob within 10 yards gets Hunter's Mark randomly. You know, up to 5 mobs. That might be a solution. I think Rogue is probably going to get some changes as well. They're currently underperforming compared to most of the specs. Likewise for Devastation Evoker, I wouldn't be surprised to see some single target buffs here. Dungeon tuning, which already happened by the way, just a few minutes ago. 20 minutes ago. So that's already a green one. I already guessed it. Hunter, it's absolute dog shit to play. I don't know what they did to the spec. It's so bad. I expect Hunter to get some adjustments. My biggest wish of a quality of life change here is for aim shot to be faster cast. Maybe baseline 2 seconds, and if with some haste becomes 1.8, that would be ideal, or even faster. It feels like I'm playing classic Hunter. It's terrible. Maybe some power tied to your rapid fire better. I don't know, something. I think they currently need both. Not only performance buffs, but also quality of life changes. For us, the tier set accounts for a large portion of the overall. Usually on a burst is around 25%. Overall at the end of the key is roughly between 18 to 19% for the most part. I think Frost Decay set is gonna get nerfed. Likewise for Unholy. Currently the highest DPS from your toolkit is your tier set, accounting for 19% of the overall damage. That's gonna get changed as well. Likely cut to half even more. To keep in mind, most of the specs right now have bugs. Some specs have positive bugs, others have negative. Okay, just saying it out there. Destruction Warlock single target buffs, I expect that to happen. I think the AoE part, especially as Hell Caller, is already looking solid, but the single target is just not as great. So that might happen. And last but not least, Fire Mage adjustments. I think currently they need that, especially when it comes down to single target. They just need more damage. Outside of combustion, inside of combustion, I don't really care. As long as they get something, that'll be it. Those are going to be my predictions so far for this week. Now, do keep in mind some of them might happen next week, depending on how big of a patch this week is. But I really hope to see most of those to be true. Okay? Now, can you imagine I post the class changes video and I'm going to attach it to the end of the next one, which will happen in the morning. And imagine if I have guessed everything. Bro, if I have guessed everything, I'm going to name my kit after whatever the top comment says. I swear. Like, this is gonna be crazy. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the morning for the class changes, hopefully, or maybe tonight. I don't know how long they will be. Hopefully soon. I'm speaking currently with Shadaric. He is pretty not so happy with the Devourer DH. Neither do I. So anyway, thank you for watching. Much love. See you tomorrow or tonight.